Shalom, wonderful people of God. How are you today? Yes, as usual, I'm going to be giving you another snippet on what I'm going to be teaching today. Today's topic is complications of disobedience. Complications of disobedience. Complication is a secondary disease or condition aggravating an already existing one. A more grievous act of disobedience done because of the following: A, to cover a sin, a crime, or an act of disobedience. B, degeneration into more serious act of disobedience because of habituation or slack. Illustration: David got himself entangled with the lust after Uriah's wife. 2 Samuel 11. If you go to the second book of Samuel 11, you're going to see how David started by lusting after the wife of Uriah, who was his soldier fighting at the war front. That was the first. The second, what did he do? He sent his servants to go bring the lady. That was it. And so he had the wife of his soldier fighting in the battlefield. His soldier, and David, the king of Israel, who was supposed to be at the war front, at the battleground. Now, the first complication: Uriah's wife got pregnant for David. More complications. David tries to lure Uriah back from the battlefield to go and spend the weekend with his wife, but the man disagreed. More complications for David. And so David panicked. And in order to cover his sin, arranged for the killing of Uriah to cover his sin. More complication. Deadlier complication. Do you see how it started with lusting after somebody's wife? And then the complications keep on coming. This is the reason why a petty thief complicates into being an armed robber and a murderer, because sometimes he will need to defend himself with gun or with a machete. A young fornicator complicates into being a runs girl, or what they now call hookup girls, and then complicates further into being a murderer, because at a stage he will start committing abortions. And a young boy looking at young ladies lustfully complicates into being a fornicator and maybe a rapist. An illicit drug user becomes a thief to finance his habit. In the case of David, the spiritual implication was so great. His family equilibrium was destabilized because God got involved. The complication was so much that his wives were taken over by his biological son, Absalom. Absalom slept with his wives. In the public, he did his in private. His son, Absalom, fought him in a coup to take over his throne while he was still alive. All these are complications that comes as a result of his inability to curb, to stop being disobedient at the early stage. So what complication are you battling with? Now that you know what complication is all about, it means that you should stop it before it stops you. That little sin, if you don't stop it, it will complicate things for you spiritually, and you will mature in sin. That is why today you see some pastors or people that used to be pastors relapsing into being an idol worshiper and being proud of it. You see a man server, he will tell you, I was a man server, I served mass. But today, how far? What are you doing? You are a thief. If you ask him, he will tell you that all the reverend fathers he served, that they are doing one thing or the other. That is it. As if that is enough excuse before God. Kill that small fox inside of you so that it doesn't complicate things for you. I love you, and I'm still your friend and your brother, Reverend Samuel Ezechukwumelu. Don't allow your life to be complicated.